Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Renee. I'll start kind of where I left off before singing that national anthem. I didn't get the tap in the back that often, but the one that I want to share with you guys was my first NHL fight preseason against the Rangers. And we're playing Ronald Brashear, and Brash is doing what Brash does in front of our net, being a bully. And Jacques Lemaire's had enough, so he slaps me on the shoulder and he's like, go, Pierre, go. And I'm like, okay, so I go out there, and Brash grew up in Quebec, or lived in Quebec City. He's French Canadian, so I go next to him, and Mr. Brashear, all in French, right? I'm like, I'm Pierre, I'd like to have a shot at this, it's my first game, will you give me a fight? And he turned around and looked at me, and we're French, right? Both of us. He looked at me and he's like, good luck, kid. I was tiny in my pants, so I did all right. Gave me a shot at playing in the NHL. I was up and down all year that year, but that's how it started for me. The tap on the shoulder wasn't as bad as the kick in the pants, but I only had a few of those, so I was pretty lucky. But I'll just start by saying thank you to everybody who's here. I have former general managers, former owners, former skilled coaches in Ron, and I also have now men's league friends and people that I coach hockey with that are here. So hockey is a long journey, but at the end of the day, it's a fun one. But Capital District is now my home. I was lucky enough to play 3 times here in Albany. I also played in Syracuse, and I met a lot of really nice people, and I just want to start by saying thanks before I forget that. Now, going back on my experience as a hockey player, I was lucky to play at a time where enforcers were still relevant in the game. That's if you consider fighting 2 or 3 times a week being lucky. But I was around when tough guys were still important. My role was always to make room for the other players on the ice. But growing up, I was not a tough guy. I was not a fighter. I was just a guy who wanted to be around friends and play the game of hockey. I never played AAA, AA. In fact, I played at the 3rd level my whole life as a kid. I just wanted to be surrounded by friends and have a chance to be part of a family, of a group that battles together, that goes all out and leaves everything on the ice. So my whole career, I was that guy who was, fighting on the ice, but the real reason why I did it was to be part of a group and to be surrounded by people that were, working harder than me to make me better and help me get where I wanted to go. So my first year after being drafted by the Devils, I played in Adirondack for the Frostbites back in the days. And I got a few call-ups in the American League here for the River Rats. It was just so hard for me to understand what was going on. First, I didn't speak English really well. And second, it was just surreal for me to be surrounded by guys like Robbie Ftorek and then all the current pros or past pros that I played with, because their professionalism and their work ethic was just beyond what I ever expected coming from juniors. So I learned fast. I had to learn fast, and I had to just really embrace it. But after my first year, I signed my entry-level contract, and I figured out that I had to do this, and I had to go all out myself. That's where I got my first cup of tea in the NHL. But one quick story about my first year in juniors, when I was trying to figure out how to play hockey and fight at the same time. I had about 45 fights my first year in juniors. And I don't know if I won any of them. I really did not look good, and after probably 8 or 9 losses, I came out of the game in Chicoutimi, and my brother, my sister, and my parents were all there. And my brother and sister grabbed me aside, and that was probably, I had a brand new black eye that day and a bloody nose. And I got off the ice, and my brother and sister grabbed me, and they're like, Pierre, you're going to have to figure this out, man, or you're going to have to quit. And I decided to figure it out, so I started watching other tough guys and fighters. Like, you know, back then it was brash. Obviously, I was watching, being a French guy and George Larac, but I couldn't do what they were doing. They were just much stronger and bigger than me. So I started watching guys like, you know, Taidomi and Cam Jensen and guys that were around here. And it really helped me figure out how to do this thing and to survive on the ice. So my brother and sister really made me a better person. So they're not here tonight, but I know they'll be watching that clip at some point. So I want to say thanks to them. The next story that I'm gonna share, let me go through this. I didn't think I was gonna need that. I'm not as natural as you, Ron. I'm sorry. I always pride myself in working harder than the next guy, right? My whole life, I had to watch my parents grind it, and they would always let me play. Never, ever, as my dad asked me or told me, Pierre, you should have done this on the ice. Or my mom said, Pierre, you're faster than that. Never, ever. They always asked me, Pierre, did you have fun? And that was it. So my whole hockey career, youth hockey career, I was there to play and have fun. My parents, I want to say thank you, merci beaucoup. I know they're going to be watching this as well, so thanks to my parents for everything they did and the way they brought me up. After that, I wanted to say I played most of my careers in the minors, grinding and trying to make it to the NHL. Right, I realized that my pro journey, the pro hockey, at any level, it's a big accomplishment. So whatever you played, you know, college, juniors, minor league, East Coast, NHL, your whole life. It's not about where you end up, it's about your journey. And to me, playing in the American League, I did not appreciate it enough. I wish I did more when I was a kid, when I was 25, 26 years old. But it's an amazing league, and it's an amazing place to be in. Having the chance to do this in Albany here for the River Rats and the Devils, and also in Syracuse with the Crunch, it was a big honor. And I wish that we still had a team here that we could go cheer for, but that's another story. So I'm already on the next page, guys. Much easier to fight, trust me. Thank you all, guys, for being here. I'm really humbled to stand in front of you all. It's a great night for hockey, and it's a great night for the community. Renee, thanks again for putting this together. Thank you to my friends, family for being here. The pro hockey life is very lonely when you travel, right, from city to city, and you focus on yourself, and you try to fit in a team, you try to grab a spot that's there. It's very lonely, but my road became a little less lonely with one night in Albany where I got sent down from New Jersey, and I just met my wife, who's here tonight. Hi, Nicole. It's nuts. I'm not saying it got easier when I met her because she's pretty tough and she's tough on me. But Nicole kept me going. She kept me positive when I was down, and she made me a better teammate and person, really. She's a true friend, and I'll never forget how she would, help me make the right decision. Like, should I talk to my coach or just suck it up? Should I go to the gym or rest up, or should I have one more beer, or just go to bed? She always helped me with that. So Nicole, thank you, Leblond, thank you very much. And I'll finish by saying that today I'm a coach. I want to do this for the next 50 years of my life. I love coaching. I don't know if I'm good at it yet. I haven't won anything as a coach, but man, I love it. I love going to the ring, the smell of everything, and watching those little guys work their butt off. So I'm a big fan of my kids, and whether I get to coach forever or I don't get to coach Callie or Luke, I love you guys. I'm proud of you. So I'm really looking forward to watching your journey in sports, and I hope one day I'll be the one sitting on the sideline watching you guys go. So thank you, everybody, again. I appreciate it.